Lil Pump's manager was my manager who scammed me out of $16,000. Are you kidding me? Hey, what's up you guys? Shane, back with another conspiracy. Hey, what's up you guys? Today I'm going to be talking about more conspiracy theories. Hey YouTube, how you doing out there on the interwebular world? I don't know if you can tell, but I put like -7 effort into my look today. I don't have time to film this video, to be honest. It's been a couple days coming of procrastination, so it's time to get it done. I gotta leave in an hour, but this story needs to be heard. Today I'm going to be talking about something that happened to me and a bunch of my friends that you guys never got the full truth about. Okay, let me comment. Please ignore my nails. They're falling off. They've taken a turn for the absolute worst. Let's not talk about it. Today I'm going to be talking about the legend of the TLG tour. If you guys are Lil Pump fans and you're here because Lil Pump's name is in the title. If you've ever wondered what this chain means, who this man is, what TLG is, you're about to find out. Ignore my dog, she has the runs. She's going insane. She has the skippities flippy flaps. It took me an entire day to prepare for this video. I had to go back, I had to read the contracts, I had to read the messages, I had to read the emails. I had to get all the facts straight before I came on to tell you guys. I get questions literally almost every single day, asking only if I ever got paid. So today I'm going to answer that specific question, and I'm going to get into the details, the drama, and the scam that was TLG tour. I'm gonna get a lot of people saying that I'm doing this for clout, which is absolutely not the truth. I did put off doing this video for years, only because I don't like spilling tea. I don't like exposing people, especially when it's going on. But you know, it's a few years later. I don't give a fuck anymore. This literally goes through my mind almost every single day. I had a lot of things lined up and a lot of things planned for the future before this tour, and after the tour, it just all kind of went downhill. So I'm here to tell you guys why. Like I said, I went back, got all the facts. Nothing in here is a lie. Nothing in here is exaggerated. It's all the truth. I read the contract. I've seen the videos. I got the numbers, so let's talk. So if you guys don't know what the I am going on about, basically in 2016 I went on a tour called TLG Tour. This is the second tour I went on. Ask someone who went to the show. If they weren't a complete total stan of us, they probably said it was really bad. It was basically like an unorganized talent show. You can just imagine how crazy that was. So we're gonna go all the way back to 2015. Way back in 2015, I went on DigiFest. I started YouNow when the boys from 5 Quad, aka Zach, Edwin, all of them, started YouNow as well. I was friends with all of them when they became a group. They became a group, and then a few months later, they got a manager named Dooney. Now you're going to be hearing that name a lot. If you guys don't know, Dooney is Lil Pump's manager. So basically, they get picked up by this manager. I was with somebody in the group at that time. He was telling me, yo, Dooney's gonna get me on tour. Dooney's doing this for me. Dooney's doing that for me. I was like, dang, like a manager, where it's at. So I already was thinking, I need to find a manager. I need to get me a good manager to get me like where I needed to go. So the end of 2015 rolls around about August, September, and Dooney actually hits me up asking if I want to go to DigiFest with the boys. And I end up getting to go too. It was a great experience, honestly. It was probably like my first meet and greet ever. It was a really huge big deal. It was awesome. It was so much fun. So after DigiFest, Dooney comes up to me, Dooney and his fiance, wife, whoever the hell. Basically, they approached me after DigiFest and they're like, hey, we can be really good for you. We want to manage you. There's a tour coming up in the winter. We can get you on it if you let us manage you. We also want to get you into modeling. We think you could be the next Ryan Seacrest, blah, blah, blah. They're basically telling me all these things they wanted me to do, and I was like, wow, like I just started this a year ago. This is very exciting. Mind you, I was still in high school at the time. So I agree. I signed the contract. I've become managed by Dooney. He puts me on Digi Winter 2015 with Sam, Alex, Grant, Andrew. You guys know the drill. Whenever I agreed to have him as my manager, my parents were extremely sketched out, which they had the right to be. And me being very excited about this new venture I was starting, I went ahead and signed the contract and said, yeah, be my manager. I don't care who's my manager. I just want a manager. So I get this manager. He brings me on Digitour 2015. It was a great time. Awesome. They basically didn't talk to me the entire tour. They were with 5 Quad while they were on tour. So I was on my own tour, basically managing myself, doing my own thing, and just kind of hoping for the best. 16-year-old Maddie out here getting her money. After Digitour, I go home. I keep doing my live streams. I keep doing my YouTube. If you guys didn't know, I also signed a contract with a a company called Zoom In for YouTube. They were basically supposed to get me paid more than YouTube was actually gonna pay me for my videos. 6 months go by and I have no money from YouTube ever. I later find out that they are actually taking all my money, literally just taking the profit I get from my YouTube into their account and then never transferring it back to me at the end of the month. So I told Dooney about this, and obviously he's like, well, what the hell? One of my clients isn't getting paid. So he claims that he's gonna get on it and get me out of this contract that isn't even legal because I was a minor. Just had to mention that. After Digitour Winter, I didn't hear anything. They asked me if I got paid after Digitour Winter. About a week later I did, so I was like, yeah, I got paid. They told me they were having trouble with the Zoom In contract or something like that. They couldn't get me out of it for some reason. And that was it. That was all that was said. My parents were asking me for months, has Dooney said anything? Does Dooney have any plans for you? I haven't talked to them since DigiFest. Like, have not seen them, talked to them, nothing. It was very weird, very strange, but this was also when Musical.ly was blowing up. So he comes out and says, I'm managing Ariel, now I'm managing Adi. So he's managing like a ton of people now. He's just like picking up people left and right, and they're all these Musical.ly people because it's this new app that blew up. So he's managing all these Musical.ly people. I haven't heard from him in months, and I'm doing great. Honestly, my YouTube was blowing up at that time. Like, I was doing really, really good. I wasn't getting paid a cent though, because this company was taking all my money and my manager wouldn't do anything about it. But anyway, March 2016 comes around and we start hearing about another tour. So basically Digitour asked me and a couple of the guys if we wanted to go on their tour, and then Dooney says, hey, actually we're gonna do a TLG tour with all the TLG members. He explained it to us like this tour was going to end all of the other social media tours. Like, we were gonna go on tour and no other social media person would matter anymore because it would be that great. So he tells us about this tour in March, and I was like, okay, so I'll go ahead and decline my Digi contract, I guess, because I'm managed by Dooney, so I have to go on his tour. That was it. It was literally all I heard for months. We're going on tour and that's that. So in our contract there is an exclusivity clause. Basically this means that we cannot work for anybody, we cannot do any shows, meet and greets, nothing of the sort for 90 days before the tour and 90 days after the tour. I was asked to do 3 or 4 shows before the tour and 2 shows after the tour, which I had to decline because it was in the contract. Basically, this means that I lost out on $4,000 or $5,000 because of this contract. He's still doing meet and greets with these Musical.ly kids. He also brings on Flame and Geos. He brings on Lauren. He brings on Duds Mark. I also want to mention, when he was ASAP for that really long time, not talking to me at all, and he was picking up these Musical.ly kids, he was also buying 2 of them followers so that they could blow up really fast and big before they came on our TLG tour. Just so y'all know. Hundreds and thousands, a million followers, just so y'all know. He's bringing all these people on and his original people, us, aren't hearing nothing. Next thing we know, he's talking about getting us a house in LA. We're all gonna go to this house, and for 30 days, there's gonna be cameras in every single room live streaming our every move. We were like, that's a really good idea, except for a couple bumps and bruises that I'm not really understanding. So first of all, he would need to get a live stream camera for every single room. So either it would switch angles for the broadcast, he would have different broadcasts. He also had to find a house for us to rent and sponsors for us to do this. So he's telling us about this for like a month, saying it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You guys don't plan anything, don't do meet and greets, don't do tours, don't do anything, because this is gonna happen. That never happened. I'm sure you guys know that. That never happened. All of a sudden, we get a contract and we're flown out to LA the next week. I swear it happened so quick. We finally get a TLG tour contract, and next thing we know, we're being flown out to LA for something. We get flown out to LA for a week. I'm gonna go ahead and mention this now because now that we're getting into the actual tour, I need y'all to think about this. So in a nutshell, let's just say I would make $7,000 a month on the internet. In a nutshell, altogether, that's a basic amount of what I would make. If you take a week or 2 weeks off of YouTube, not only do you not get paid for those 2 weeks, but it drastically changes the amount that you're going to get paid when you do come back. Inconsistency is a YouTube silent killer. It's a killer. So basically, us going to LA for a week to do nothing would hurt our numbers pretty bad. The whole time I was doing this, guys, in my head I was thinking, alright, it's okay, because after this 30 days of touring, I'm gonna get paid $16,000. So basically all of this sitting in LA for a week, all of this declining tours and stuff, it's okay because I'm gonna get it all reimbursed at the end of this 2 months of work. As soon as I land, we go to the recording studio to record this song. Now this song is called Snapchat Chick, and I know you guys have heard it. I'm not sure it was ever released. I'm like 90% sure it was never released on like iTunes or Spotify. If it was, I've not gotten a cent from that. I do know it was leaked before tour. It was leaked because we did it on tour, but basically we spent hours working on this song that was never released. Nothing was ever done with it. We made a music video to it, and oh my god.
Better keep it to yourself. I'm your Snapchat chick. And when you hit me, I'ma snap back quick. I'm putting filters on them Snapchat pics.
It is the crappiest video I've ever seen in my life. It has 300,000 views on it, and I haven't seen a cent from that video either. So basically, one reason we were in LA was to do that. He had rented a house for us. We were all staying in this house, really close quarters. So the fighting had already started. We all already knew that there was going to be drama on this tour. There were a bunch of new people who we weren't close with yet. We were all on our own level of friendship, and then there's new people we had to try to bring in, and jealousy. So that was a mess in and of itself. Other than recording this song, we went to the Digitour headquarters for I don't know what. We literally went there to talk about ideas for the show. I'm not even sure. I think it was supposed to be like run by Digitour. We had a meeting for 30 minutes about nothing and then left. I'm not sure. We left and had some fried chicken. Other than those two things, we also had a photo shoot. We had a photo shoot promoting the TLG merch, like brand new fashion line. They made it seem like we had beanies, we had sweatshirts, we had sweatpants, and we had to go model all this stuff for a photo shoot. I was extremely excited about this one part because finally I can have some kind of pictures or something for this portfolio that I want to make because I really want to get into modeling. So I go take about 150 pictures, maybe 200 pictures, and I never got them. I got a text from Carly and Dooney with like maybe 2 pictures of me, and then like a picture of everybody else, and then our group picture like 5 times, and then that was it. I never got shots, I never got physicals, I never got nothing. The other thing that happened in LA, that was it. That was everything we did in LA. For a week we sat in LA not working, and that's what we did. While we're in LA, you know, there's a lot of driving around because we go bowling as a family, and then we had to go eat as a family, and then we got to go see this movie as a family. Family bull. Like what? I have the aux cord a lot of the time, so I'm, you know, playing my bangers. Dooney had mentioned 2 or 3 times that I need to become a DJ. I need to be in DJ school. I'm gonna be a badass DJ. Everyone's gonna fall in love with me as a DJ. Right before I got on my plane to go home, he patted me on the shoulder. He said, "Yo, Maddie, I'm not kidding. I'm gonna find a DJ school for you. We finna get on that. You finna DJ. It's gonna be bomb. You're gonna be bad." So I was like, hell yeah, Dooney. I appreciate that. I appreciate the faith you have in me. Thank you. Like, thank you. Because I'm doing this shit on my own. After LA, we left. We go home. We come back in, I guess, end of July. We have 2 days of rehearsals. Before Digitour, we probably had 5 or 6 days of rehearsals, and the show was half the time. I could tell you by sitting in one of those rehearsals that the show was going to be an absolute disaster, and that's exactly what it was. Literally, the rehearsals was everybody singing one song because apparently everybody was a singer all of a sudden. Me and Gio had to go out in between every single song and do a little funny thing. It was basically a 5-hour show. We can't have a 5-hour show. The rehearsals were literally everyone screaming and running around like crazy. There was no structure in the rehearsals, which obviously showed in the shows. There was a whole bunch of drama, There was some viral rapper at the time, I literally can't even remember the song
Bitch, you lied to me.
that he did because it was just a viral rapper, like very quick, viral, and gone. There was a couple other people, like it was weird. There were just weird random people that he thought would make us money. Like I said before, guys, I get paid $7,000 a month, so 2 months is $14,000. A tour for $16,000 is not bad. I'm reading over the contract again. Every time I read over it, it's something different. This says confidentiality clause in here saying I cannot talk about anything in this contract or it's illegal. But guess what? It's not, because the whole contract is void anyway because I was 17 when I signed it. Keep that in mind as well, ladies. I was minor when I signed this contract. The whole thing is void. So, tour starts in San Francisco. Our bus gets there. We get 2 buses. One of them smells like an exploded toilet. Like literally the entire bus smells like it's filled with. It was unlivable. I couldn't live on that bus for the night, so they had to call in another bus. So that was problem number one. The first show, Dooney finally realized that he put too many people on tour. For the meet and greet, we were seriously maybe this far apart. We had no breathing room. Any fan that tried to take a picture with us was going to have 2 other people in their picture. Like, it was inevitable, which broke my heart for the fans. Literally broke my heart. There was no room for them to walk. They couldn't have personal time with their favorites. And then it gets to the show, and I literally wanted to refund everybody their money back. The stage was literally, if you were to cut this room into 4 pieces, it was probably 1 piece of that. And he expected us to all go out there to perform the Snapchat Chick song, which was a disaster. We had everybody cramped backstage waiting to go on, and all of the fans could see it. We had everyone backstage yelling at each other, screaming at each other, and the fans could see it all. So after that first show, we already knew the tour was going to be a disaster. That was only the beginning of it. I don't want to get a ton into the drama because it's all super old drama that doesn't even matter anymore. I'll talk about the drama with Kristen. She came on tour in Florida, I believe, and the only reason that she wasn't really accepted was because she came on the tour halfway through. That's all it was. We're already so many people on that tour we didn't know, so many people on that tour we didn't like, and now you gotta bring this random girl on that none of us know. Like, we're not having it. We're not having it. So she really just got the backlash of our annoyance with our manager. Basically, Orlando, Florida is whenever all the drama kind of had to come to a halt and we had to get our shit together. Our shows were 3-4 hours long with us screaming in the background, tons of technical difficulties. The meet and greets were not fun. None of us had fun on the bus. It was not fun. Like, it was just really bad. There's a party, and it's a party. Kristen loses her phone. Tyler takes her phone. Tyler shouts himself out on her accounts, and she freaks the f out. She freaks out. Not only did she come on late in the tour, so we were all kind of already skeptical, then she starts making all these allegations against us other tour members, and that's basically when nobody liked Kristen. But also during Florida is whenever we started to get fined. So there's a clause in our contract that says if we don't abide by the rules of our performer, then we can get fined up to $2,000. In Florida, we all got a little wild, and Dooney decides to start finding people. So me, who was it? It was like me, Nick. Basically, he comes up to me and he's like, all right, I can either kick you off this tour or I can fine you $1,000. And I was like, all right, well, you need me for this tour, whether you realize it or not. You don't have another host. So you're just gonna have to find me $1,000 and we're gonna have to move on. So clarification, for the longest time I was saying that Dooney never paid me $15,000. That's because that's what I was supposed to get paid after I got fined. My original price was a little more than $16,000. Here is our schedule. Basically, we arrive at 11 a.m. at the venue. That's not when our work starts. That's when we get ready. Our work starts at 12 p.m. That is whenever we have press, media development, we have stage sound check, all that stuff. Then we have a break at 2 p.m. till 3 p.m., which is lunch. 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. is meet and greet, and then we have dinner. A lot of the meet and greets were a lot longer than that. Show at 7 p.m. post-show fan party at 9:15, and then we leave at 10:30. If you're keeping track, altogether that's about a 10-hour workday. The way I calculate it is our longest meet and greet was 4 hours, our longest show was 4 hours, plus post-show and pre-show. That's a total of 10 hours. By the way, we had a 4-hour meet and greet in New York, which I don't know if you guys have stood somewhere and met people for 4 hours, but I should have gotten paid a whole lot more just for that. Now we're gonna get to the nitty-gritty conspiracy, if the beginning wasn't conspiracy enough. The tour ends. I already had a feeling I wasn't gonna get paid. I want you guys to know that before I went on this tour, I had discussed with everybody. I said either this tour is never gonna happen or we're never gonna get paid. Something's gonna go wrong. This is a scam. It's not gonna go all the way. Tour ends like September 1st or 2nd, something like that. And I'm waiting for $16,000. Actually 15 because I got fined. But anyway, payment shall be made within 15 days of the final tour date. That is in the contract that I signed. That is void because I'm a minor. So 14 days go by, and me being the nice person I am, I'm like, nah, I know Dooney, I know them, I'm gonna get this money eventually, don't trip, it's only 2 weeks. So 14 more days go by and it's September 27th and I'm asking for my money now. So where's my $15,000? When I went on tour with Digi, they were prompt, they gave me my money within 30 days like the contract said. Even though I was a minor when I signed that one too, but they're not scammers. So I get an email back from Troy, if you guys don't know, was basically like Dooney's little puppy dog, I'm not sure. I get an email back from Troy saying send me your account and routing number and I'll get that money sent to you on September 27th. On November 2nd, I send the routing information for the 8th time on November 2nd, 2 months later, and I don't hear anything back. On December 15th, I finally get an email from Troy saying, please sign and return and we will PayPal you your money within 24 hours. The whole time that I'm waiting for my money, they're vacationing in Puerto Rico, doing all of these things. I don't even know. I don't even know what they were doing. I still don't know what they were doing. I don't have no clue. So there's a clause in here that basically says if they don't have the money to pay me at the end of the tour, then they have to show me the documentation showing where my money went, how much I actually made on this tour. They have to show me where the money they were supposed to pay me got spent. They have to show me like why they never got paid that money. But they didn't, because I already knew that they were spending it vacationing in Puerto Rico. So basically, Troy sends me a contract that says settlement agreement and mutual release. This is where I blame myself. This whole time that I was waiting for my money, I was in contact with my parents, trying to get them to get an attorney, a lawyer, or something. I was 17. I knew nothing about the law or attorneys or anything court. Like, I don't know. So this whole time I was trying to get them to get somebody to sue this man because I was not getting my money. It was complete breach of contract. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I was 17 and I wasn't paying attention close enough and they never got an attorney or something. That's where I messed up. I also messed up by signing this contract and not finding an attorney right here and then. So this contract basically says everything in the last contract, anything you read in the last contract is not true anymore. Anything in that contract is void, but we're gonna give you $1,500. Have a nice day. He said that December 15th. I signed it because I was trying to get something from them. I went ahead and took $1,500. But this is the crazy part. This is the conspiracy. So me and Tyler were talking about it the other night, trying to get all the facts together for this video. And I was like, where did $1,500 come from? Like, that is a random number to pay me when I was supposed to get paid $16,000. Where did $1,500 come from? Minimum wage in Texas is $7.25. So let's go ahead and put this in a calculator now. $7.25 is minimum wage. So we're gonna times that by 10. I worked about 10 hours every day, give or take. But altogether, I probably worked 10 hours a day. And I did 20 shows. That was literally $50 less than what I got paid. They literally calculated how much I worked, how much minimum wage is, put it together. There's no child labor laws in Texas for a 17-year-old. Added a little $50 on top, said, here you go. Here you go, enjoy. And I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's all she wrote. And then, you know, like a year later, this little SoundCloud rapper, Lil Pump, comes out and he's wearing a big ass PLG diamond crusted whatever the hell. And I literally could not believe it. I laughed so hard. Lil Pump's manager was my manager who scammed me out of $16,000. Are you kidding me? That's it, y'all. Sorry if this video was all over the place. It's a lot. It took a lot for me to try to get it straight. I hope that was straight enough. If you enjoyed or feel bad for me, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't seen my nail video already, go ahead and check it out. They looked a little better than this. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, you better hit that because we're getting a lot of new subscribers lately and you better be one of them. I love you guys so much. So much. I'm gonna have a super fun video coming out with Tyler on Friday. Very excited about it. I know y'all miss him, so it'll be fun. Comment if you guys want me to expose anything else. Let me know what y'all want the truth on. I'll let y'all know. Anyway, guys, I hope this finally let you guys know what happened. Oh, final thought, not all of us didn't get paid. A few people, again, I don't want to say names often, but a few people did get paid. A few people took it to court like they should have and got paid. Shout out to y'all. A few people made their settlement a little more. I literally settled for $1,500 and said, get the fuck out of my life. I never want to see, hear TLG ever again. Have a nice night and awesome week. I hope you enjoyed my story. I'll see y'all later. Bye.